time to time, me and my baby, we come here to unwind. And I said, babe, that's what I'm talking about. It's me and my baby, me and you. It's me and my baby beneath the sky so blue. We got diamonds on the sand, diamonds on the ocean, smell of salt water and suntan lotion. And that big red sun goes sinking into the sea. Baby, slide on over, right on nice and close to me. And I said, hey, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, yeah.
No.
Why don't we do a take two?
Wait a minute, let's start again. Hello.
Hi, this is Ron Vodri.
This is Alex Nussbaum.
This is Jason Fraser.
This is Matt O'Brien.
Hey, this is Ray Zwicker.
All right, world. My name is Cal Post.
Guys, this is Christina Walkinshaw.
This is Eddie Delaseppe.
This is Adrian Spencer.
My name is Timo.
And you're listening to the Julien Dionne
You're listening to the Julien Dionne Comedy Hour podcast.
Who am I talking to? What am I doing?
Julien Dionne Comedy Hour.
You're listening to the... fuck some
Comedy hour. See, I took the word out comedy. Changes the meaning completely, doesn't it?
Dazing. Not really, I'm overworking, but dazing. The holidays. Happy holidays. You're listening to the Julien Dionne Comedy Hour podcast.
And aren't we all?
Now broadcasting live and totally uncensored, from Lemon Press Studio in the beautiful Gatineau Hills.
Project. I was like half asleep on the couch and now I'm projecting.
Hey everyone, this is Christian Potenza.
This is Gay Trevor Wilson.
This is Jean Paul, a.k.a. the Island Hipster, hashtag hipster business.
This is Steph Tola.
Hey, this is Jake Goldsby.
This is Sky Wallace.
Hey everybody, this is Erica Sigurdsson, aka Ricky Siggs.
Okay, hello. Hi.
This is Howard Wagman.
Hey, this is Peter Anthony, the PA system.
This is Matt O'Brien.
Some people that's my rap name.
This is Jen Grant and you're listening to the Julien Dionne Comedy Hour podcast.
We're sorry.
Show.
You and me belong, just like the flowers, laughing all day long. People, I need you loose. Sing a little song, then take a shower. Julien Dionne.
It's a show. It's not an hour. It's a show. It's okay.
no. Don't take me nowhere I don't need to go. I got a head like a radio. It's such a beautiful waste of time.
All right.
A waste of time.
Yeah, buddy.
A beautiful waste of time.
Here we are, and here we go. Welcome to the Julien Dionne Show with Jen Grant. We are live on a Friday, late morning. It's 10 morning, mid morning. No, it'd be late morning. It's 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Atlantic. We're on a little bit late today because 2, 3.
Waste of time.
Jen Grant is with us. Good morning, Jenny.
Good morning.
Jen slept in today, so the show is...
but tell them why.
We're coming at you 3 hours late.
I wasn't being lazy. Tell them why.
What was it?
I was up in the middle of the night and I could not fall back to sleep. I've done that the last few nights, and you know when it just catches up with you? Oof.
Sure do.
I just could not get up.
We are the podcast of sleepless nights. We know it here. We talk about it live on the Julien Dionne Show. We're coming at you from the deep woods of New Brunswick, the forest still. We're inside the Atlantic bubble, coming at you from our travel trailer. There's a crazy heat wave. We were supposed to be out of the trailer, excuse me, yesterday, and then it was to tomorrow maybe. And now this heat wave for the foreseeable has us trailer living. Sigida for the foreseeable, so we're gonna play it day by day. We'll bring you shows as long as we're in the trailer.
The foreseeable. Like Sigida.
And so stay tuned. We just rolled out of bed.
Don't fix your hair. Don't say you just rolled out of bed.
This is how I roll out of bed, everybody. Anyway, good morning.
I wake up like this.
Hey, buddy. We're live on YouTube at the Julien Dionne Show channel. We're also live on Periscope, Twitch, and Dailymotion.
Have you subscribed yet to the YouTube channel?
Some people watch. And I'm wondering if they've all subscribed. Maybe you're just watching. Subscribe.
You know why I like subscribing? Because then it tells you when we're on. And
well,
then
that's just it.
It's a nice reminder. Plus, it makes us look really good.
That's how that works. Stiff time. So anyway, it's 14 degrees in November. Loving it.
It's pretty great.
Loving the trailer life. This is our third week of shows, wrapping up on a Friday. Let us know in the comments. Where are you from? Where are you watching? What are you up to? Good morning. And yeah, that's it. Subscribe, share.
Yep. Do all the things.
We had a inconsistent week of shows. We're usually super consistent about everything. On Tuesday, we had some tech issues. We were going to broadcast a little later. Then it was like, you know what? Sometimes it just isn't agreeing.
Yeah.
And so we decided to zen out. Zen out with your... what is this flashing behind me, this screen? I don't know what's going on. But anyway. And then we took Wednesday off.
Yeah.
So... Or no, sorry. Was it we took Wednesday, Thursday off?
Yeah. Because of the
election.
election.
We did a show Tuesday, of course. Yeah, last night I did a podcast in Shediac, Lee's podcast, Daily Dose.
The guy who came up with the name?
Yeah, he has a popular podcast in French called Qu'est-ce que t'en penses, an Acadian podcast. We actually did it on Tuesday, did an hour and a half. Then Wednesday I get a message. They're like, the file is corrupted, unusable. Can you do it again? So I went back yesterday. Decided, and I've been in that situation before where it doesn't record or whatever, and it's a mistake to try to recreate what you did. So you just have to see it as a brand new show. I'm like, it's going to be a totally different show. What's done is done.
And the good news is you love talking about yourself. So,
I love it. So we did 4 hours in total. Me, the Julien Me show, me, Dionne show.
It was perfect. Because you are just a windbag McGillicuddy.
Yeah. And south of the border, the world is on fire. The internet is on fire.
It's crazy.
We're still waiting to find out who will be the next president of the United States. It looks like it's, I don't know. It's still up in the air, but it's a good indicator that it's going in Biden's way are the odds in Vegas that are paying out.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, now it's...
Also, Trump is panicking.
oh my God, that news conference he did last night at 6:30 was a disaster. For one of the very few times, I think in our lifetime, I don't remember, when all of the major news networks cut away from it.
Oh, I don't think that's ever happened, eh?
Because he just came out and started telling untruths. But it's so crazy. You can't win because no matter how they react, it feeds the other side. Like the other side cries now censorship and fake news media and all this. So it's like, oh my God. It just kind of feeds into it. But it's really crazy times. This was totally predicted, by the way. Yeah, welcome, by the way. This is our election special 3 days after the election. Still happening. This is how people were doing election specials on Tuesday, not us. Friday morning at 11 a.m. Atlantic, 10 Eastern.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's I don't know. This keeps flashing behind me. It's distracting, but
I wonder why.
I don't know what's happening.
Is the cord all?
Maybe it's a little loose or something. No, I think I did something. Anyway, but this was predicted. I mean, it's. That more Republicans would show up in person, and then the mail-in ballots because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of mail-in ballots and were cast, and so now Joe Biden's catching up and surpassing Trump in some races, and they're crying, conspiracy and fraud. And this was actually predicted. They said this. They said it'll look like, and Trump is like. He goes on last night at 6:30 and does this crazy news conference, and he's saying all of the mail-in ballots magically now are devastating to our numbers. They're all Biden supporters because he implicitly over and over told his supporters not to mail-in vote. He was against it, and all. So of course they're almost all Biden votes, of course. And everybody predicted this. They said that it would look like, Trump would get some early leads on Tuesday because a lot of Republicans vote in person. And then as the mail-in votes came in, which if they're postmarked on Tuesday or earlier, of course they're legal. And there are really none that came in after that are postmarked that were sent on the 4th or whatever. They're all, we're all sent on before or on Election Day. Anyway, so... and those are almost all Biden votes coming in, and it's so crazy. So he came on yesterday. He went in the house, the White House briefing room, and just started saying all these crazy things. He started by saying, if you count the legal votes, I easily win. Not true. And if you count all the illegal votes, they're trying to steal the election, and it's also not true. There's no proof that there's any illegal votes at all.
He's calling the mail-in votes illegal.
It's so convoluted and confusing because in some states, he basically came out on the night of the election. He came out his speech when he said he basically won, and he was saying that they were going to keep counting in some votes. So in some counties and in some states, the Republicans are chanting to stop the count, and in others they're chanting to keep counting because that would favor Trump. It's all confusing. Nobody knows what's what, and it's proven to be much more difficult to claim that it's a fraud and people believing it because it's really just unfolding as it is. Like the process is working, and there's zero evidence of fraud anywhere. But it's so crazy.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So do you know? Because I admit this. I don't really watch a lot of news, even though I do the Daily Dose. But I don't. No, but it's true. It's kind of funny. Like I do a news segment, but I don't really watch the news. I don't really know as much about the U.S. Political scene as much as you do. But I'm just wondering, has it ever happened in history where, or how often have they used mail-in ballots? Has that ever happened?
Every election, it's used, often absentee ballots if you can't be there on election day, so you can mail it in. In fact, Trump has voted via mail-in ballot for the last several elections. But this year, because of COVID, there was a higher demand, much higher, and it's
So Trump himself has mailed in.
Yep, and
why don't these things count? Like, why doesn't anybody care that that's so hypocritical?
Yeah, well, because they find whether people find ways to justify it. They go, yes, but he's, the reason he did it was okay, but now it's going to open the door to fraud because they're going to send just millions and millions of ballots in the mail to random people. It's not. You have to be a registered voter first of all to get a ballot, otherwise you don't get anything. Anyway, so but it's just working fine, and they're counting all of the votes, and there are 0 illegal votes that's proven anywhere, and. It's crazy, and everybody. So he did that press conference last night, and everybody cut away. And CNN, Anderson Cooper called him an obese turtle on his back, flailing in the sun. And it's just the internet is on fire right now. People are freaking out, and journalists who are supposed to be journalists are now it's
objective. They're supposed to be objective.
Yeah, opinions are flying, and but his press conference yesterday was cut away by almost everybody. Only a few networks showed the whole thing. And anyway.
Do you think that thing is flashing behind you when you move?
Maybe. I think maybe.
Can you do something to not touch it? I don't know why, but every time I look at it, I don't want to look at it because it's flashing. Yeah. Can you scooch up a bit maybe? Don't touch the monitor?
I'm not touching it.
Oh, maybe it's when you move.
I'll
just be a statue.
Is it distracting?
Yeah.
Well, luckily more people listen to the show than watch the show. So,
hi.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. We're live on a Friday morning.
Good
mid-morning. We're just giving our thoughts on the election.
I wonder when we're going to find out. Official.
It's soon. A few states, a few key states are 99% reporting counting. I'm sorry, did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
And so there's like 99% reported, 96%. So some states are really getting there. And so...
What's your guess?
I think Biden will win because, again, Vegas...
Today, though? Do you think we'll find out today?
I think we should find out today. I mean, as you're watching this or listening to this, it's 11:12 here in Atlantic. In Atlantic? Oh, yeah, it's so distracting, this thing. Hold on.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know. Oh, shit. I think I'm just going to turn it off.
Yeah. Wonder why that's happening.
I think the... maybe it was unplugged.
Yeah. Well, it'll be nice. It'll be nice to... it's all pointing toward... Like, I feel like the last election when it was... like as it was going, it seemed very neck and neck, but then it really seemed for a long time, right up until we found out the final results, it started to really look scarily like he was going to get voted in, Trump.
Yeah.
But this time it doesn't feel like that.
Remember what I said to you when you woke up?
Yes, you jerk face.
Then you're like, is there anything happening in the news? I'm like, well, Trump won. You're like, no. My heart's saying, hey, but it's so crazy to watch, and it was all predicted, and it's still, I don't know. A lot of people are turning on Trump. I mean, since Election Day when he came out and basically claimed victory. Anyway.
I know. Well, it'll be really nice. I have a very good feeling that he's going to be gone, and it's going to just be awesome. Awesome.
It's not without a few battles, court cases, and but although so they've filed so many, you can go on the internet and find all this. They keep pumping out these articles, and one was highlighting all of the cases that the Trump campaign has filed since Tuesday, or the lawsuits, I mean. And there's a lot, and a bunch have been overturned and thrown out.
Good.
Because they're just...
ridiculous?
Well, they're just on like based on conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
That's basically what's happening right now.
It's hard
the
to
president is losing, and he's going on national television and spewing conspiracy theories, and his followers buy it. Like, you go on Twitter, and it's still split down the middle. That's the thing. Trump has received the most...
You got a little bubble in your throat there.
Yeah, I know.
It's hard to take you seriously. You're like, saw the Trump supporters. Hi, I'm Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, but he got the most votes of any Republican candidate ever.
What?
68 million votes. In 2016, he got 63 million votes, so he has 68 million votes now. So 5 million more people came out and voted for Trump. and Joe Biden has the most votes as any candidate ever in the history of any
Come
race.
on.
Yeah, he has over 70, almost 70 or 73 million votes.
Okay, there's a silver lining. At least it's mobilized people to vote, correct?
Yes.
Do you think it's because of COVID and the situation where people feel like, okay, well, I'll just mail it in?
I think, no pun intended.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but really, we had fun.
Oh my God. Oh my God, your mouth sounds so moist right now. Okay, go.
Moist mouth. Moist. What was the question?
Well, I wonder because maybe a lot of people... Okay, I think there's a couple factors as far... And again, I'm not as informed as many, but I do know that Democrats are known for not showing up to vote necessarily, and actually, like, even though they'll have feelings, they don't necessarily vote as much as Republicans do. But because given the climate's so insane and COVID, like the fact that it's COVID and it's completely justifiable and understand, people have more time on their hands, they're at home, they could mail in the vote.
Yeah.
Combined with we need change and we need
I
to
think it's a combination
take
of that.
individual responsibility. It's kind of like when you this is such a weird comparison, but I don't know why it's coming to me. But you know when you do a show and there's not very many people in the crowd as a comedian, it's like everybody does a little bit better because they feel like they actually have a job to do. When you feel like in university, I remember there was this, we did this whole study on how masses, the mentality of masses can either go crazy like you see in protests or you see at, hockey games where another team, like a team doesn't win and then they get really upset and then everybody riots. The masses will behave in a certain way, negatively or positive. And it seems to me that now people are taking individual responsibility and realizing like I need to do something here to actually affect change. So hopefully that'll be a trend from here on in because, we need that.
Yeah.
We need that in the world because so often, like I'll hear people I know, and I won't mention who they are, but like people I know in my life that are like, well, what's the point of even recycling? Because everything's fucked. And it's like, well, recycling's a bad example because sometimes that doesn't do anything. But like composting and buying less plastic in your life and, don't contribute to the problem. Don't buy plastic water bottles anymore, stuff like that. Some of my friends will be like, well, what's the point? It's all fucked anyway. But it's like, yeah, but if everybody thought that way, then we really, truly are fucked,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Hi.
I like where that went.
Fired up.
Yeah, I like where you're like, the people, and I went to university, and the turtles are dying.
It's true, though. Humble brag with the university, eh?
Yeah. No. That's not what I was saying. I
loved university.
I just meant as a jumping off point. It was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see what the hell is gonna happen. Gonna. Yeah. By the way.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by Gringo's Blazing Sauces and Dip Ta Clam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We should mention that right now.
Don't dip your clam in Gringos, though.
No,
don't do that.
Would be
Ouchie,
a
mama.
Stingy clam.
Ouchie, mama.
Get your clam chafed with Gringos.
Oh my gosh, have you ever cut hot peppers and then forgot and then
dipped your clam in it?
Or rubbed your eye? Let's just say rub your eye because it's the morning.
Mid-morning. We're coming at you later today.
What if you like cut a bunch of peppers for when you're cooking?
Go ahead.
And then you forgot to wash your hands and then you went pee and wiped and it accidentally went down there.
Are you going front to back or back to front?
Obviously, I am going front to back.
Oh, you had to think about it. You're like this. Obviously, I was going front to back.
I did not, and they can't see me on camera, so don't try to throw me under the bus.
No, but because it's confusing. Because you know what the right thing is, but when you're saying it, because you're like, no, for sure, I go back to front.
Who the hell would wipe from the butt to the front?
Someone who doesn't know how to dip their clam. Oh, it's this thing is.
It's more wipe to clam.
Wipe. Hold on. Let me just turn off this.
Well, I thought you were turning it off.
I did.
Do you want the remote?
Changed my mind. No, I got it here. It's okay.
On your phone?
No, I'm actually not going to turn it. Just, oh my God, play by play, like with an annoying voice.
Oh, wow.
A tone, I mean, not the voice.
Wow. Wowee.
You know what I mean.
Do I, though? I don't know if I do.
There we go. Anyway, I feel like we haven't. This week has been so disjointed.
Yeah.
Like we've been off for 2 days and we're off again for the weekend. And weather permitting, we'll be back on Monday.
What?
I think we will be.
We're doing great. I'm proud of us because there's been a couple days where we haven't been able to do the show because of legit reasons.
Yeah.
And how many people do, like, since March, doing shows virtually every day, if not Monday to Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And I really, I think we need to give ourselves a little pat on the back for this.
Could not agree more, Jenny.
Yeah.
You're on many levels always and forever right. Speaking of which.
Thank you.
Daily dose. Daily dose.
Go.
Get the news from coast to coast. Daily dose. Daily dose. All your news from coast to coast.
All the news and the headlines from Jen Grant.
And here's your daily dose for Friday, November 6th. Julien is currently, taking a break, a mini break. So here's your daily dose for today. So the town of Aylmer, which is, when I saw this headline, I just assumed it was Aylmer, Quebec, because Aylmer, Quebec is, of course, close to where we live, near Ottawa. It's just near the border of Ottawa. But it's actually in Ontario. Did you know there's an Aylmer in Ontario? Oh, you did? Yeah. Okay. It's bracing for an anti-lockdown rally planned for the weekend. So, and for a counter-protest.
Well, why are they protesting when Doug Ford basically is reopening the province? What's the?
Why? Because they don't want to wear a mask.
I thought it was you said anti-lockdown protest.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness! I'm so sorry. 1 second. It's a very good question.
Remember the other day when you had that teleprompter
meltdown? That's the thing that makes this entertaining, you guys. I don't know if everyone knows.
The
but I'm not a
unpreparedness of it
journalist.
all.
No,
I'm just kidding.
That's so rude. Nice, glassy.
Glassy. It's a glassic.
The mayor.
you're. It's funny because right now your glasses are like this because it's like
Are
holding.
they?
Yeah.
What about now?
You're like trying to read the serious news. You're like, anyway, glassy.
Here, I'm going to take a picture so
of who
people
you
can see.
Oh. Daily dose. Daily verbose.
Okay, all right.
We're back, everybody. Good
Hi,
morning.
everybody. I'm so sorry. The mayor of the community in Aylmer, just under 200 kilometers outside of Toronto in Elgin County, they actually declared a state of emergency earlier this week as the plans for this, like, quote unquote, so-called freedom rally ramp up. So the organizer of the rally, this woman named Kimberly Newdorf, has refused police requests to suspend her gathering, which urges the government to lift public health measures that she and others feel restrict business and other facets of normal life.
But they're lifting all those. It's coming out of lockdown. That's a big thing that is being criticized by some people that it's a mistake. But Ford is like reopening the province. What's the protest? I don't understand.
I don't know.
People are just annoying.
I think they feel that their rights are being. It's so stupid. I know. This is a quote from her. She says, we all know governments advance tyranny through states of emergency, so it comes as no surprise that the town would move in that kind of direction. So I don't know. I'm not sure. The mayor has reported being threatened, too, in that community after she declared that state of emergency. And they say there's no evidence right now for criminal charges against whoever threatened the mayor. But this woman that's leading the protest said the ultimate goal of the march is not against mask mandates, but rather about Canadian freedoms being eroded through encroaching public health measures. Anyway.
Encroaching public health measures.
I know. It's ridiculous. And then I don't know if you read this, Jules, but
Isn't that like an oxymoron? It's like encroaching public health, like it's measures for the better public health.
I know.
How's it encroaching?
And how do they have the better interest in Canadians in mind than scientists and doctors?
Yeah,
and
anyway, I'm sick of this
I
debate.
know.
I'm so sick of it.
I know.
Let's never bring it up again.
Just
kidding.
So
no, I'm not kidding. Maybe I am kidding.
You can't control the content of the
I
Daily
don't remember.
Dose.
What are we talking
Back
about?
off. Nothing.
Are we even here?
Here's another story that's related to COVID because it's, what's happening right now. But I don't know if you read this, but Canada has, like, kind of under the radar, revised its guidelines on how COVID-19 is spread. Have you heard of this?
No.
They've now included the risk of aerosol transmission. Have you heard anything about that?
Aerosol?
Aerosol.
What does that mean?
Like, like an aerosol can. It's like aerosol.
How does that give you COVID?
Well, they say that it's the small droplets. So say, so I guess this is coming. This news is coming weeks after a lot of other countries have already said it, but Canada was kind of doing it a little delayed, but also quietly. Like when we first started this pandemic, Theresa Tam would come out and like talk about things constantly, but now things are just kind of being adapted under the radar. It says here that SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, spreads from an infected person to others through respiratory droplets and aerosols. So aerosols are different than droplets. They say that aerosols created when an infected person coughs, sneezes, sings, shouts, or talks. So the droplets vary in size from large droplets that fall to the ground rapidly within seconds or minutes near the infected person to smaller droplets, sometimes called aerosols, which linger in the air under some circumstances. So they're saying that, distance isn't always going to be your best preventive. I mean, big distance, sure. But if it lingers, say you cough and the tiny, tiny aerosol little droplets are lingering in the air and then somebody walks through that, you know what I mean? So they say here, who knew, but there's actually aerosol scientists. Have you heard of that?
No.
So this Lindsay Marr is one of the top aerosol scientists in the world, and she says this is pretty major. She's an expert on airborne transmission of viruses, and she says the big difference now is that ventilation is important. Distancing alone is not enough. Yeah. So anyway, I guess they just keep learning more and more and more about it.
Yeah.
So that's good to know that stuff.
Mm-hmm. So aerosol is just smaller air. I don't know. What is that?
It is.
Okay.
Smaller droplets that can
learning.
linger because the other droplets are heavier and they'll come out and then drop to the ground right away. But others, it will picture aerosol. You know when you spray an aerosol can, it's tiny, 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 tiny droplets coming out. But like say you use a pump hairspray that's like bigger droplets and that would be heavier. Hi. I'm one of the top aerosol scientists in Canada. Here's another story, unrelated. So for more than 13 years, astronomers have been trying to determine the source of extremely powerful radio bursts. And I thought you'd like this story. That can travel billions of kilometers through space, but only last a fraction of a second. The signals, called fast radio bursts, they were discovered in 2007. They say that since then, dozens more have been detected. But just what is responsible for pumping out this extremely bright radio signal remains a mystery. Until now, Julian.
Okay.
People have been working on trying to figure out where this is coming from. 3 independent teams of international astronomers who published 3 separate papers have realized that there's one likely culprit, and it's something called magnetars. It's a type of, this is crazy. So you ready to freak your freak?
I'm ready.
A type of neutron star, the collapsed core of a massive star that exploded.
Wow.
Yeah. They are spheres that are roughly the size, are you ready?
Mhm.
Roughly the size, this is crazy, of a city like Toronto or Montreal.
That is right up my alley.
Does that freak you right
Yeah.
out? Like, I can't even imagine anything that big. But so dense. Get
You
this.
can't?
Well, it's kind of hard to imagine something like that big. But it is so dense that a piece of material like the size of a sugar cube would weigh as much as a mountain.
Whoa.
Does that give you
Yeah.
that big little feeling?
Yeah.
I know. Good thing we're not high right now.
Mm.
Or 1 trillion kilograms. 1 trillion kilograms.
And it's the size of a sugar cube.
Yeah.
Don't put that in your cup of coffee.
Don't do it.
No, but we have fun with science facts.
You're not going to be able to lift
All
that
right.
cup, eh?
Mm.
But a magnetar takes a neutron star to the extreme, while the magnetic field of a neutron star is trillions of times stronger than Earth's. A magnetar's is 1,000 times more than that.
Crazy.
I know. Here's some good news. Thank goodness. A new Glasgow, Nova Scotia man is giving unwanted instruments new life by fixing them up and giving them to kids. How cute. This guy named Frank Agar, he runs something called Guitars with a Z because he's hip and cool.
He'd probably be the kind of teacher that sits backwards in a chair.
That's right. And
connect.
Maybe wears his baseball cap backwards too.
Mm-hmm.
Guitars with a Z for kids says it's important for young people to have a way of expressing themselves creatively. He goes, it kind of helps kids find an identity. He said when he was a little kid growing up, he met a lot of his friends through music, and it helped him find his way in life. And he's 30 years old. He began playing guitar at age 10, and that was an acoustic guitar that was given to him. And actually, your brother Mike, didn't he mention the same thing? He was given a guitar when he was young, and you hear this a lot from musicians, that it makes a difference in people's and kids' lives when they get a guitar and something that, I mean, that's so much better than staring at an iPad. Am I right or am I right?
You're right, Jenny. That's what I say about you.
So this is great because he started this organization because it really helped him. And really, if you think about it, if everybody did that, how much nicer would the world be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's coming from a real source of genuine passion. It helped him, so he started it. So he's so he started this, and that's a Canadian company. And he says, he started the program in Ontario, where he's originally from, but he has since lived in BC and recently moved to Nova Scotia, and he's focusing his efforts there. So if you live in Nova Scotia, check it out, or really anywhere in Canada. So far, the charity has found homes for more than 70 guitars.
Great.
That's your Daily Dose for today.
All right. Good stuff.
Thank
Jenny.
you.
Daily Dose, Daily Dose. Get the news from coast to coast. Daily Dose, Daily Dose. All your news from coast to
All
coast.
the news and the headlines from Jen Grant.
All right, let me do this too while we're here. While I have your attention, thank you, Jen, for the Daily D.
You know what? You are welcome.
Let me see if this. Are you going?
The Daily D.
Mm-hmm. That's kind of the sound I'm waiting for. All right, it's not working. Let's just.
You want to just.
There it is. All right, welcome, or not welcome, but this episode of the Julien Dionne Show with Jen Grant is brought to you once again by Gringo's Blazing Sauces. Do yourself a favor and go to gringosblazingsauces.com for a wide selection of some of the best hot sauces, salsas, grilling and barbecue sauces, charcuterie jellies out there. Doug Knight, chef by trade and co-founder of the company, is obsessed with finding the perfect balance between heat and flavor, and they nail it every time. We're addicted to this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
We use it on everything. gringosblazingsauces.com. It's free shipping for orders over $40 in Canada, but they ship all over North America. Also, listeners of this program get an additional 5% off by entering promo code JD5 at checkout. That's right, gringosblazingsauces.com, JD5, 5% off, free shipping if you order over $40 in Canada. gringosblazingsauces.com, that stuff. Add fire to your life. Do it today.
Add fire to your life?
I don't know, just made
Cute.
that up. Also, this program is also brought to you by, I'm just going to keep plowing through. I don't know if it's working. Dipta Clam. Go to, find them on Instagram. That sweatshirt right behind us. Dipta Clam. It's an Acadian expression that they're trying to embed into the daily lexicon. It just means carpe diem, seize the day, just do it. Dipta Clam. Find them on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and dip your clam. Rock out with your clam out. Dipta Clam. Support Acadian economy or companies.
Business. Yeah.
All right. No, that didn't quite work.
Oh, well.
What are we going to do? We're Zen.
We're doing what we can.
All right. Well, this has been our election special. Our Friday
Short
from the
and sweet.
trailer. Short and sweet. Let's go for the close.
Love it.
And we appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you Monday morning from the wrong
Whenever
version.
we'll be coming to you on Monday from a world that doesn't have Trump as president. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for watching, Jenny. I love you. Thank you so
Love
much. We appreciate you. Watch us live Mondays through Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Atlantic on YouTube, Daily Motion, Twitch, and Periscope. Then available on demand wherever you get your podcasts. The Julien Dionne Show with Jen Grant. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. And as always, watch your head.
Such a beautiful waste of time. Waste of time. A beautiful waste of time. Waste of time. I went to school, yeah, I learned a lot. Got a degree in what I'm not. You spend your life looking for what you already got. Such a beautiful waste of time. Waste of time. A beautiful waste of time. It's just a waste of time. Wandering eyes and itchy feet. I'm just a thin, nervous shadow walking backwards down the street. The landing is bitter, but the falling is oh so sweet. It's just a waste of time. A beautiful waste of time. It's just a waste of time. The whole world wants a piece of my head, but they all get a piece of my mind instead. I roll over and go back to bed. It's such a beautiful waste of time. A waste of time.